Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Hi, this is Ganesh Naik. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also help students preparing for the FRM and the CFA exam. I'm back with one of my students interview, who has been able to clear the FRM Level 2 in the November 2022 exam in the first attempt. And we're going to be talking about her journey, of her way of preparation, and what all things happened in the entire journey. Also, we are doing all of these videos to make sure that other people who are preparing, they get the motivation, they get the plan, and they see how they can also see how other people are preparing and clearing the exam. So with this, let us start with the interview. So we have with us Roshni. Okay, Roshni, thank you very much for joining in and taking out time. Uh, so you had cleared. If you could give us a background to the audience also. When did you clear your level one? Okay, when did you started your preparation for level two? And what was your background when you cleared level one?
Okay, so thank you so much for having me, firstly. And so basically, I cleared my level one the year before in November, and I basically level two. I was confused because I wanted to give in May, but I wasn't very sure if I would be able to complete my preparation within the few 4 months that were given. So I decided to take a little break and then give the November attempt. So basically, in level one, I had like cleared fairly well, but then I was a little like confused about level two. So once I started my preparation in April, and which went on till November, but between there was like a quite a big break because I had some college like fest
Right,
or something like that. So because of that, I couldn't really prepare in the middle. So basically, right now I'm in my third year of graduation. I'm doing
graduation.
BFM, which is like a little complimentary. So that has also helped a little.
Got
Yeah,
it.
so that's it.
Okay. So now, I think so you started in the month of April, March or April, but like you
Yeah.
said, you could not prepare properly. So which was the first book that you started picking? Okay. And
So,
again,
yeah.
I'm assuming it is SCHWESER only, right?
Yeah, it was Shazer only. I started with like I went in line only. I didn't deviate at all. I started with market risk and then I did credit risk. Then there was like a huge break in the middle. And then the rest of the books I completed within like, let's say 1 month.
Okay. So now, see, I know about this, but I'm just talking in front of the audience also. That I think so by mid of September, you were still doing credit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, till the mid of September.
So it was only one book that you had completed, correct?
Two books, market and credit I had
Market and
completed.
credit. Okay. And
Yeah.
you,
And
you,
yeah.
huh, tell.
And I was also looking at the PPTs that you had given because a lot of in level two, a lot of content also comes like Fraser is not enough, is what you had told me. So I was looking at the PPTs also and the videos that you had. Like I was just going through the videos and the PPTs.
Got it. So by mid of September, you were in the state that, okay, I should defer.
Yeah,
Initially, but then you had 1 month, you picked up. So
yeah.
from that mid of September, what was your daily routine?
So basically, I would watch around. My plan was to watch 4 videos every day and then read the like the PPT because you would also like in the videos itself you'd be like okay read this part read that part so I didn't have to separately read Swayzor because within the video that was all completed and
Right.
even the PPTs you used to make us read so I just did that but I would just go through the PPTs once after the video so 4 videos a
Hmm.
day and then the PPTs then once I completed all the videos I would start reading Fraser again and again. And I had like sometimes I would complete like 10 chapters a day, depending on the size of the chapters. And then after that, I gave the mocks, which were 5 mocks that you
Wait.
had given.
So when did
Yeah.
you complete your full watching of the videos, the first reading?
So I think I had finished that by end of like little mid October, I think.
Mid of October. Okay. Then you picked up
Yeah.
the textbook, the Swagger book, and you started reading it.
Yes.
And like you said, 10
Yes.
chapter a day, we're just
Yeah.
reading the textbook. And
Yeah, just
you were able to recollect the content.
yeah, I was so a lot of it like was also there in level one, and level one preparation was a little like I remembered a lot from level one. So building on that, level two was a little bit easy to recollect.
Got it.
And
Got
even
it.
the videos, like I could recollect, like, oh, this is what you had explained that way.
Okay. And then you did one reading after videos, one SCHWESER reading or two SCHWESER reading.
I did one special reading and then I started with the more.
Okay. And the interesting part over here is you didn't solve any chapter-wise questions.
No, none of the mocks I solved, but the end questions I used to solve, like in
Okay.
the SCHWESER.
So one point which I would like to make over here is that, see, when you get so much time, see, from April till November, so it is very difficult to maintain that consistency,
Yeah,
right? And you get involved into other commitments, other things. So even though you feel mentally that okay, I have 9 months, I have 7 months, but practically we start preparing when we get into the pressure. Ideally, that is what
yeah,
I feel. So now coming to the mock papers. Okay, so till that mock papers, you are done one watching of the video, one reading of the entire SCHWESER, and the presentation, the PPTs. Now,
yeah.
what happened and then you saw and how many mock papers did you solve?
I solved all the five that were given on the portal and the that sample paper, I think,
Okay.
and like the smaller sample paper, like the 20 marks one. So I was only trying to solve mocks because I wanted to, like, if because the weightage is distributed, so then I didn't want to overly prepare for one book and then the
Hmm.
books that actually had more weightage prepare less for that. So
Okay.
that's why I focused more on mocks.
Okay. And then when you were solving the mock papers, what was the average score out of 80 you were getting
I was getting like 40. That was the
for
average.
almost 40? Okay.
Almost 40 for all mocks, yeah.
Garb sample paper also?
No, that was a little higher. That was actually much higher, if I'm not wrong. It was like 50 or something, more than
Okay.
50.
Okay. So now when you had completed the mock papers, okay, all the mock papers, then what was your understanding? What was your thought process? Will you
So
clear the exam?
basically, I did not think I would clear the exam because like the mocks, like my percentile was pretty low, I think, and my like marks were anyway low. So I really didn't think I would clear. But after the GAP paper, I was a little confident.
Confident because you had a good score.
Yeah, yeah,
Because 50 out of 80 is a very good score. In fact,
yeah.
40 to 45 is also a good score. It's not a bad score. But ठीक है. I mean, mentally you feel get a 40 hai, that
Yeah,
way.
but then also like in the starting papers, I used to get like 35 to 40 range.
Hmm. But you analyze your mistakes in those mock
Yeah,
papers.
I used to take one whole day for a mock. So in the morning, I used to give the mock and then I used to analyze the mock thoroughly.
Hmm.
I used to go through the concepts which I had gotten wrong and all of that.
Okay, just one small point over here. One of my previous student, okay, Deep, he was able to he was also preparing for level two. And what he did, he didn't have time. He picked up GARB sample paper and he just went to the question and saw okay, which concept it is from the book. And he did for 5 years, 5 year GARB paper. And he made sure that all the concepts which are there in that, he made sure that he is comfortable with that. And he was able to
Hmm.
clear the exam.
Oh, yeah, that's
Okay.
great.
So something similar happened over here, but you were focusing on the
Yeah,
mock papers primarily. When you
yeah.
went for the exam, on the day of the exam, first 1 hour of solving, what happened?
So basically, I went in pretty like I didn't think much. I was just solving what I knew, flagging the questions I didn't know. And if I didn't know the questions at all, like I had to like guess or whatever, I used to do that. Like I would always take a calculator guess, not the A, B, 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 B thing. I didn't do that. So I would take a calculated guess. Like two options you can anyway easily eliminate. So I would choose like one of the other options. In the
Hmm.
first hour, like I actually completed the paper pretty early. It took me like 3 hours, I think. Like
Okay.
to entirely complete the paper, it took me 2.5 hours. And then like half an hour, I was just checking and rechecking all the questions and all. I don't really remember much from what the paper was exactly, but I honestly thought there would be more theory, but there were sums also in the paper. So in
Okay.
the first 1 hour, I was just like solving what I was confident about and flagging the questions which would either take more time or I
Mhm.
didn't know.
Got it. And then out of these 180 question, okay, how many questions were primarily theory? How many questions were primarily calculation?
I would say it would be like 25 to 30 would have been like the solving questions and the rest were theory. But the
Okay.
theory, according to me, was a little more complex.
And calculation, you were able to do it. You were confident on it.
Yeah, yeah. Calculation, I was pretty confident.
Okay. And then theory, okay, when you came out of the exam, how many questions that you felt, okay, I might be getting the answer correct?
I was confident about like 30 to 35 questions. And then there was also like some questions I had guessed and stuff like
So were you confident that you will clear the exam after the exam?
that.
You were not
Because
confident.
I
Okay.
honestly, like after 3 hours, you don't really like recollect so much. Like 3 hours, you've constantly been solving the paper. So after that, I didn't even try to look back. I was like, it's okay, whatever happens.
Okay. Now, what are the quartiles that you have got?
Oh, my quartiles were 3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 1.
Okay, 1 second. I think so. We had noted down this.
Yeah,
3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 1. So
yeah.
first book three. So primarily fourth quartile in the operational risk book.
Operational risk.
Yes. So that
Yes.
so that was very actually people don't clear when they get fourth quartile.
Yeah,
Okay, but you were able to manage it primarily because credit risk was good. Current issues also went
yeah,
well, and
yeah,
somewhere your liquidity also helped you in
yeah.
getting a good score. Now, if I ask you, give me 3 tips if anybody wants to prepare for level 2. What would be
Okay.
that 3 tips from your experience?
So basically, I would say that during the exam, don't think much, okay, you haven't prepared. Just give the exam the best you can. Like that is one of the tips. Because if you keep thinking, okay, oh, I don't know this, then the other, like the ones you know also you won't know.
Hmm.
Then I would say that like read the SCHWESER like more than anything because even if it does not come in the exam, you have that knowledge at the end of the day. Because if
Right.
I just would have solved the papers, like then if I only corrected what was wrong, then I feel like if there was something new in the exam, which there was a lot, like the mock papers and the paper that I actually gave wasn't like identical.
Right.
And the third one, I would say that when you're giving the mocks, analyze them properly. Like that's how you will know that what you know and what you don't know. And like note things down. Like once you've given the mock, like just don't see the answer and understand it. Just note it down if there's something
Got
new
it.
or something that you don't. So then at the end, like before giving the paper, you can just go through that.
So basically, create your own notes on the basis of the mistakes that you have
Yeah,
made or the learnings that you have, and you want to analyze it before the exam. Wonderful.
yeah,
I mean, this interview is going to be motivating for people that if we have time, we should utilize it definitely. But wonderful. I mean, clearing the exam, you had see the effort that you had put. I think so for the last 1.5 months after October, it was
yeah,
equivalent to the effort that you could have put for 6 months,
yeah,
like that. Okay, so it's not like that. I have not put the effort. You have gone through the videos. You have gone through the SCHWESER book entirely. You have solved mocks. You have analyzed mocks. So effort was definitely there, and I'm very happy that you have been able to clear because clearing this exam when you are in college is not easy. So, because you have no background, what is credit
yeah,
risk, what is market risk, what is happening? So, that is a very good achievement that you have got. And I'm sure a lot of college students will get motivated by looking at your story and looking at the that you being able to clear in the college itself, and that will motivate them to give the exam. So, thank you, Roshni. Thank you for taking out time and talking to
thank
us.